Genesis chapter 10. Here is the story of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. They were Noah's sons. After the flood, they too had sons. The sons of Japheth were Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras. The sons of Gomer were Ashkenaz, Riphath, Togarmah. The sons of Javan were Elishah, Tarshish, the Kittim, and Reubenites. The people who lived by the sea came from all of them. Their tribes and nations spread out into their own territories. Each tribe and nation had its own language. The sons of Ham were Cush, Egypt, Put, and Canaan. The sons of Cush were Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Rama, Sabtika, and the sons of Rama were Shem and Dedan. Cush was the father of Nimrod. Nimrod grew up to be a mighty hero on earth. He was a mighty hunter in the Lord's eyes. That's why people sometimes compare others with Nimrod. They say they are like Nimrod, who is a mighty hunter in the Lord's eyes. At first, Nimrod's kingdom was made up of Babylon, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh. Those cities were in the land of Babylonia. From that land he went to Assyria. There he built Nineveh, Rehoboth, Ir, and Calah. He also built Resen. It is between Nineveh and Calah. Nineveh is the great city. Egypt was the father of Ludites, Anamites, Lehabites, and Naphtalites. He was also the father of Patrushites, Casluhites, Caphtorites. The Philistines came from the Casluhites. Canaan was the father of Sidon. Sidon was his oldest son. Canaan was also the father of Hittites, Jebusites, Amorites, Girgashites, and he was the father of the Hivites, Arkites, Sinites, Arvadites, Simarites, and Hamathites. Later the Canaanite tribes scattered. The borders of Canaan went from Sidon towards Gerar all the way to Gaza. Then they went towards Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, and Zeboim, all the way to Lasha. Those are the sons of Ham. They are listed by their tribes and languages in their territories and nations. Sons were also born to Shem. Shem was Japheth's younger brother. All of the sons of Eber came from Shem. The sons of Shem were Elam, Ashur, Arphaxad, Lud, and Aram. The sons of Aram were Uz, Hul, Gether, Meshech, Arphaxad, and Arphaxad was the father of Shelah. Shelah was the father of Eber. Eber was the father of two sons. One was named Peleg. That's because the earth was divided up in his time. His brothers was named Joktan. Joktan was the father of Almodad, Shelef, Hazarmaveth, and Jera. He was also the father of Hadoram, Uzal, Diklah, Oba, Abimael, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jacob. All of them were sons of Joktan. The area where they lived stretched from Mesha towards Sephar. It was in the eastern hill country. Those are the sons of Shem. They were listed by the tribes and languages in the territories and nations. Those are the tribes of Noah's sons. They are listed by their family lines within their nations. From them the nations spread out over the earth after the flood. Genesis chapter 11. The whole world had only one language. All people spoke it. They moved to the east and found a broad valley in Babylonia. Then there they settled down. They said to each other, "Come, let's make bricks and bake them well." They used bricks instead of stones. They used tar to hold the bricks together. Then they said, "Come, let's build a city for ourselves. Let's build a tower that reaches to the sky. We will make a name for ourselves. Then we won't be scattered over the face of the whole earth." But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower the people were building. The Lord said, They are one people. All of them speak the same language. That is why they can do this. Now they will be able to do anything they plan to. Come, let us go down and mix up their language. Then they will not understand each other. So the Lord scattered them from there over the whole earth. And they stopped building the city. The Lord mixed up the language of the whole world there. That's why the city was named Babel. From there, the Lord scattered them over the face of the whole earth. Here is the story of Shem. It was 2 years after the flood, when Shem was 100 years old. He became the father of Arphaxad. After Arphaxad was born, Shem lived 500 years and he had other sons and daughters. When Arphaxad had lived 35 years, he became the father of Shelah. After Shelah was born, Arphaxad lived 403 years and he had other sons and daughters. When Shelah had lived 30 years, he became the father of Eber. After Eber was born, Shelah lived 403 years and he had other sons and daughters. When Eber had lived 34 years, he became the father of Peleg. And after Peleg was born, Eber lived 430 years and he had other sons and daughters. When Peleg had lived 30 years, he became the father of Reu. After Reu was born, Peleg lived 209 years and he had other sons and daughters. When Reu had lived 32 years, he became the father of Serug. After Serug was born, Reu lived 207 years and he had other sons and daughters. When Serug had lived 30 years, he became the father of Nahor. After Nahor was born, Serug lived 200 years and he had other sons and daughters. When Nahor had lived 29 years, he became the father of Terah. After Terah was born, Nahor lived 119 years and he had other sons and daughters. Terah lived for 70 years. Then he became the father of Abram, Nahor and Haran. Here is the story of Terah. Terah became the father of Abram, Nahor and Haran. And Haran became the father of Lot. Haran died in Ur in Babylonia. That was the land where he had been born. Haran died while his father Terah was still alive. Abram and Nahor both got married. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai. The name of Nahor's wife was Milcah. She was the daughter of Haran. Haran was the father of Milcah and Ishkah. But Sarai wasn't able to have children. Terah started out from Ur in Babylonia. He took his son Abram with him. He also took his grandson Lot. Lot was the son of Haran, and Terah took his daughter-in-law Sarai. She was the wife of his son Abram. All of them left together to go to Canaan, but when they came to Haran, they settled down. Terah lived for 205 years. He died in Haran.